So right now, while I'm getting ready, I've got to get all the machines loaded, attachments, all that stuff. Got to prepare. What does YouTube really mean for me? To me, the majority of filming YouTube videos is shuffling things around. So it's supposed to be close to 100 degrees out here today. I'm gonna shoot a bunch of videos. Attachments have different couplers. So this is the size of a Derette and this is the size of a Rippa. They don't work. They are not the same. I should be able to stick this onto a machine and then we'll be able to see what the flow rate is of a machine. Another cool Amazon score is a handheld sound level meter. So with this, I should be able to turn this thing on and we'll see how loud a machine is. How loud is it right up beside it? I mean, right now, 106 decibels. It's pretty loud. Did you know that? You can make tables out of these arms. I'm Greg. Welcome to my channel, Our Life in Trees. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I seem to do that a lot these days. But today, I plan to take my Rippa RS06 and go take it over to a property not far from my house that needs a bunch of work done. And I'm going to try to use some of my attachments over there, and let's take a look and see if these attachments are any good. But I have a problem. I can't just do that because the Derette attachments have different couplers than the Rippa. So this is the size of a Derette and this is the size of a Rippa. They don't work. They are not the same. So I cannot plug them in. If they were the same size, I could just squish them together and they will just nicely plug in. So what I've had to do is buy adapters. So I have adapters now. I just shut my shirt in there. So an adapter, I think from a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch to make these work. And hopefully I can do that for the Rippa, and then I'll be able to use my Derette attachments on the Rippa, and I'll be able to show you what the Rippa can do. But there's a few other things I'm going to do today. So it's supposed to be close to 100 degrees out here today. So what does that mean? What does YouTube really mean for me? Well, that means I'm bringing a whole bunch of shirts. I'm going to shoot a bunch of videos. Got my Life in Trees, got my Demolition Ranch, got K&R equipment. I got my Quack Bang from the Fat Electrician and a Bunker Branding shirt. So I got a bunch of shirts packed in here, extra pair of shorts, change of clothes. And I'm going to throw these in the ambo so in between videos I can put on a clean, dry shirt and I won't look like a slob. I also have my camera bag and it's carefully packed. I now have my DJI Mic 2 and I've got my setup here, my extra microphone. I've got extra batteries for my DJI Action 5 cam, which is here and it syncs up perfectly. I've also got an extra microphone, I've got my neck mount, and I've got just the basics that I need to be able to go out today and film. I also have a bag of extra SD cards for the camera. And this is my minimalistic setup just to go out and film. So I've got this stuff here. Another thing I'm going to do is I got this. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try. This is a flow meter. So I got the flow meter and I got these. So this is my plan. I'm going to screw these into this. So then I'll put this on here. I'll put this one on here. Need to make sure my flow's right. It goes that direction. And then I should be able to stick this onto a machine and then we'll be able to see what the flow rate is of a machine. I don't know if this will work, but this is what I'm going to try. This is my attempt. Another cool Amazon score is a handheld sound level meter. So with this, I should be able to turn this thing on and we'll see how loud a machine is. Sound level meter off of Amazon, and it actually came with name brand Duracell batteries. Well, that's kind of cool. I've never seen a name brand battery come in a pack before from Amazon. I am hoping that I'll be able to take this and find out how loud something is. So loud. I am so loud now. I don't know. Let's test this out on the V1000. So what I'm gonna need to do is be a specific distance away from each machine. Whatever that distance needs to be, I'm gonna figure that out. So we'll say it's 2 feet. So I'll need to stand 2 feet away, or maybe let's do it more realistic, because nobody's gonna be standing 2 feet from the machine while you're working. So you're working, say you're working at somebody's place and the homeowner or whoever is across the way a little bit. Well, how loud it is at 10 feet away? I mean, you might want to know how loud it is at 100 feet away. How loud is it right up beside it? I mean, right now, 106 decibels. It's pretty loud. And that's with the RPMs down. $111 decibels right here. So I think that's something that'll be really handy to be able to compare all these different machines and see how loud they are, because you can get just a little auction machine with like a Ratto 14 horse little gas motor. You can get a twin cylinder Ratto. You can get the Briggs & Stratton. You can get like my little 450 has. It has a Honda GX690 gas motor. And then you can move up into these diesel machines. Most of them have Kubotas. Kubota D902. Kubota D1105. Some, I think, have 15s in them. You can get the Kubota D1703. I've got an excavator with a Yanmar diesel in it. I've got a Briggs & Stratton and a mini excavator. I mean, there's so many engines, and there's different muffler designs and muffler types. So I think this would be handy. So right now, while I'm getting ready, I've got to get all the machines loaded, attachments, all that stuff. Got to prepare. I jump in the ambulance where I have a 12-volt air conditioner on the roof. And I just grab my little remote control and I flick it on. So now the box is cooling to the ambulance while I'm getting ready. It's doing its thing. And by the time it's time to roll, I've got a nice cool box on the back of my ambo. To me, the majority of filming YouTube videos is shuffling things around. I need to get the Rippa out. To do that, I have to move the ambo and trailer. To do that, to get it back out of the shop, I need the general out of there. And I just got to shuffle stuff around. I think I got a trailer blocking some attachments that I'm going to need over here. There's always moving. To move the ambulance, I need to unplug the battery charger for the 460 amp hour battery I got from Vaderer for that 12-volt AC that Country Mod Pro sent me. Yeah, so let's fire up the ambo. Shop is such a mess. Holy cow. Once it's not 100 degrees out, I'll come clean it. I haven't started in a week or so. Let's do the glow plugs. Now start. Oh, I was messing with the hydraulics and I had my auxiliary lever forward, so now it's not. Now it'll start. Oh, that's nice. I've never noticed that before. So when this is running, it's blowing air out the back. It's cooling you off on a hot day. I have cold air on my legs. Well, not cold, but I have air blowing on my legs. So these are the adapters I'm talking about building. So I should be able to hook up an adapter here and hook up an adapter here. And these are the little Rippa ones on this side. And then these are the bigger normal standard sizes that I'll be able to put on the other side, and I'll be able to hook up my attachments. I mean, it hangs out pretty far. They'll be about right here, but I think that'll work. So if you've got the arms out like this, you could take something and lay it across it, and now you have a table. Did you know that? You can make tables out of these arms. So I believe the auxiliary hydraulic should be these two, and I think this is the case drain. Not positive, but I'm gonna try it out. Okay, so now the Rippa should be ready to rip. I'm gonna use this. This is a neck mount. So the way this works, you pull it out, you put it on your neck. Can't see where you're snapping it, so that's a pain. I'm getting fairly good at it. Snaps in, and then I take my camera and it goes right here. And then, to make sure I've got in the right spot, I open my DJI app. I don't need this anymore. Found my camera. Join. About. Yeah, I don't want to bring it back too far because my adapter, it sticks out so far, I don't want it to hit the lines. I mean, it can hit them a little bit, but it'll come into those lines quick if I'm not careful. Got a leak. Right there. Oh. This is just me trying to get ready to go film a video. It's not super atypical. It's pretty normal to constantly be having to do stuff to get ready to go. Let's try that. That did it. Stupid. So the Rippa comes to here, these three. This is my adapter to here, and this is my attachment. But because the Rippa has this metal plate, it fits fine. So if you had some normal attachments that fit this, or what would be better to do is take an end of one of these, the Rippa style end, and put it on this. Looks like the lines are the same, just these fittings are really large. So if we took a smaller one and put it on here, but I don't want to do that because I have so many attachments. I'd rather just make an adapter. I'm gonna use it while I can, and that'll be it. The Rippa has glow-in-the-dark gauges. I mean, it's weird, but it's cool. I kind of like it.